I don't know if I'm at rock bottom right now, but if I'm not, I'm definitely pretty close. And that's really saying something because I've had some rough patches in my life so far. And I'm still relatively young. I'm not super old, but I'm also not a child anymore. I'm 29 years old, and I've completely thrown my life away. So, in this video, I wanted to kind of go through my situation. Maybe some of you guys can relate to the depression side of it, and then also just talk about depression in general and how insidious it could be and how it could kind of bite any of us. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. So let's talk about me for a little bit. Hopefully this will be pretty fucking entertaining for you guys because I know that everybody loves to watch a train wreck, and my life right now is the epitome of a train wreck. So here's my quick little background on me. Um, Basically went to college, finished college, was in and out of hospitals for mental health issues throughout college, but I finally got my degree. I ended up getting a good job. I ended up, in a really solid place. I had a good job, good future. Um, it was a pretty easy fucking job if I'm not gonna lie, and I was making good money, and I completely threw it all away. I quit the job. I stopped talking to my friends, completely lost all of my friends, and ended up working at a minimum wage job doing physical labor, which is, at the end of the day, harder than the job I had, making way less money. So that's my train wreck story so far. And hopefully, the end of that story is a good rebound and ascent into, some better life. But that's where I'm at right now. I'm currently in a really low spot, and heck, that's kind of why I'm making this video, is just to kind of do something. I don't know what the hell to do with myself, man. I tried making some music. I love music, so that was kind of one thing that I was drawn to, and also a few other things related to music that I'm not going to mention. But I'm that's really where I'm at right now, and it's just a terrible spot to be in. But I know that my rebound is going to be even better, and I'm just gonna look back at this period of my life, and maybe even be grateful for it because it'll stretch me, or it has stretched me and will stretch me in new ways to experience new things, to try new things, to be open to doing things differently. So I know that it's not all completely bad, but it's pretty fucking bad. Now you might be wondering why I did these things, and there were a few reasons, but if I'm being honest with you, when I was living that life, completely normal life, right? Middle class, good friend group, pretty much the cookie cutter life, or the life that is given to everybody, the good wife, kids, and a picket fence. I didn't have the wife and kids, but I was on that path, right? I was working middle class. I was just not fulfilled, man. I felt like I was living somebody else's life, and that's one of the worst feelings ever. And I didn't even realize it completely at the time, I don't think. And I did kind of start to realize it after I had quit and started to actually be forced to live a different life. But one thing I've learned is that since quitting is that there's no correct way to live life, right? Like there are so many different ways to go about it, and I was always bought into like the maybe the groupthink kind of way of going about it, or just being a follower of what the norms are, of societal norms, and I found that that's just not even remotely true, and that there's a million different ways that you could lead your life, and so while on the surface it may seem that I've completely lost everything, in a weird way I've also completely gained freedom because it's opened up those million different ways to live life to me. I could have stayed, worked my whole career there, lived that whole life, but I wouldn't have fully experienced life, I don't think. I think it's good that I'm struggling a little bit because I had never really struggled in life. I grew up middle class. I was surrounded by middle class. My future was middle class. Like, it's a really boring life, if I'm being honest. So, while I may have lost things, I've also gained some other things. Now, to get into the depression side of it, the depression I'm feeling is not the depression that I'm used to feeling. Because I've been depressed in my life before. Trust me, I know all about depression, as Donald Trump would say. Um, but this depression that I'm experiencing now is a kind of a different depression than the one I've experienced in the past. So in the past, it's always like the depression for me had always been like this, I don't know, like what's the word I'm looking for here? This apathetic feeling where like there's nothing I can do about it, and it's just a weird feeling that I don't know how to get out of. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but this time the depression is coming because I'm not seeing myself as a victim anymore, and I know what I have to do to make the changes in my life that I want to see, but I just can't get myself to do it. And I know that I'm the one that's at fault. So that's kind of really bothering me because before, like the depression I had experienced in the past wasn't my fault, or there was nothing I could do about it. This time I know that there's stuff I can do right now. Like instead of making this video, I could be doing a million different things that could improve my chances of success, but I'm just not doing it. And I mean, that was a bad example because making this video is something I do want to actually do. So, bad example, but you kind of get the idea what I'm saying. Um, it's in my control, and I just can't flip the switch in my brain to get my body to do the actions that will change my life. But there's hope because I know that I can do it in the future, but the future is fucking flying by, man. I keep pushing it off and pushing it off and pushing it off, but I gotta start taking those actions in the present moment, and that's why I'm just gonna give myself 10 days. That's what I'm gonna do from starting today, August 15th, as I record it. I'm gonna go until August 25th. Not gonna do anything to further my career or my life goals. I'm just gonna sit in this depression. I think that'll give me a little buffer because I had been working my ass off for the past couple of years since quitting, and with zero results. So I'm gonna take a little 10-day hiatus, come back, and push myself after that. I'm curious about you though. How do you experience depression? Are you more of the former way I described, where it's kind of like just this hazy feeling that takes over you? Or is it kind of the second second experience that I described, where it's, just you know what to do, you just can't get yourself to do it? And I'm curious. Leave your comments down below. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy up to this point, please subscribe. I'm going to be continuing to make videos like this all the time. That's my new thing. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm out. Peace.